I have in front of me here a set of roof rack clamps from Zarges. These are the best roof rack clamps on the market, and we've added them onto the tvtrade.ie website because it sits very well with the ladder equipment that we sell, and I mean they're very much in demand by the type of market that we're serving, people who are doing DIY work, satellite installing, things like this, okay? So this is exactly how the pack is shipped out, and I'll just have a pack open in front of me here, okay? So you can see anyway, there's three basic components. There's two sets within each pack. You have a hook with a threaded bar, you have a locking bar here, and you've a bracing bar here with a hexagonal nut welded onto it, and each set then comes with a padlock and 3 keys with it, okay? So basically what we want to do is we want to use these clamps to clamp a ladder front and back and lock it on. So the first thing we're going to do is just a very quick assembly of this as we would do it. So just pull off these rubber plugs that come on the top, and I come down along, and I just slide this down into position with, as you can see here, these hooks pointing downwards. We come along then, I put on the nut or the washer, and I come along here, and then this is it. So that's the basic assembly of the hook is like that, okay? So what we have here is I'm actually going to, and we'll have a lock nut here that we would actually use to lock this into position, and I'm just going to show exactly how we do this. We'd lock it through here, in through this hole here, and clamp it into position, and that's to stop anybody stealing the ladders off our roof, so we can securely park them for a period of time if we're outside a workplace, or even overnight securely onto your truck. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is actually show the physical fitting of this roof clamp onto the ladders here, okay? So I'm just going to climb up in my ladder here. So the first part of my process here is that I simply come along and I get the hook and I slide it underneath there, okay? One feature I'm actually going to point out first is you will see here that we have hooks either side here, pins sticking out, and the idea that we want to do is we want to have these either side of the ladder here, so it'll firmly clamp the ladder into position. Now if we had a much wider ladder than this, it would be possible to turn it and clamp it this way, so we're catching the actual steps on the ladder, but this is obviously much better and secure. And you know, I'm a little bit nervous about doing this because it could weaken the ladder itself, so it wouldn't be a great idea, although I see guys doing it all the time. So what we'll do here is we're going to come along and we're going to push the hook up like this, and we come along, we assemble it in, and then I push the thing in and I simply spin locking bolt into position like this, and then we just can tighten it by hand, and you can see there's holes either side, so we can turn it at 180 degrees to get a further lock on it. And what I do now is I simply come along and I get my lock, my padlock here that's been opened, and I shove it up through the hole, push it in, and lock it into position like that, and that's the ladder securely locked into position. So you can see that the roof rack here is effectively serving two purposes. The first thing is for safety, to securely, or a safety and practical reason of securely locking your ladders onto the truck, and the other thing here is to prevent theft. So it's great that it actually comes with a padlock that's ideal for it, and you know, it's made of high quality steel. It's been coated to stop it being corroding in the weather, things like this. And you know, there's other similar racks on the market, but these ones here are definitely the best. We went after them because of the brand name in the industry, and you know, it's still a very competitively priced thing. So you can see here we're using this as a set. We have a locking mechanism here, and we have another one here at the front of the truck. You can lock both ends. Normally, we'll say I must live in a relatively low crime part of Ireland because I only use the one lock, but you could use locks on both ends. And if you just look on the far side here, we've used this for a 3-piece ladder. But if we look over on the far side here, what we have here, it's been used for clamping a roofing ladder. And that, I was just making the point there about it wasn't quite wide enough to clamp either sides. It can be used there on the things itself, although that wouldn't be ideal. But in our circumstances here, we just use it for demonstration purposes there. So that anyway is an overview of the Zarges roof rack clamps.